My microphone maybe works better. Hi, I'm back. Patrick here. As you know, I've been working on a project, a Dead Man Switch, and I broke it up into a 10-step process that I thought would be easy to digest. And step one was very easy to digest, defining some classes. But then it kind of went pear-shaped, all of it. And I found that I was spending most of my time fiddling around with inside my Gradle files, changing things in the Gradle files, changing dependencies in settings.gradle.kt, importing all kinds of this and that and the other thing. It's just a real big headache. So, and it wasn't going very far. Now, that's because I was using JetPack Compose. This was the bright idea of the AI that comes packaged with Android Studio Gemini. I told Gemini what my project was and asked it to create the 10-step process for me. It chose to use JetPack Compose, probably assuming that my machine is up to it. But after several days of trying to make the next video in the series, step 2, building some composables, couldn't get anything to show up on a screen. And this part of it especially was getting very frustrating. I was doing a lot of coding. I was being given a lot of code by 2 different AIs, and I was thinking today I might even try Codium. What the heck? And what's this one on my computer here? That's Copilot. All of a sudden I got AIs coming out my ears. So I have shifted gears. All the time that I have been putting into practicing tutorials in Android Studio and making these little videos, it was all in XML, each and every one of them. And so I am going back to XML. I had ChatGPT help me convert the 10-step process from JetPack Compose to a XML layout. First, let me tell you, I'm still using Ladybug. And boy, can I tell you, I've been doing a lot of upgrading in places that I thought might just take care of themselves. Updating the SDK, updating what was some of the things called that I was poking my nose into places that I probably shouldn't at such an early stage of the game. What was the name of that one file? Wow. Once you start using JetPack Compose, your structure, your app structure becomes very daunting too. And I had 5 different pages going on. So I'm going to come back around to JetPack Compose shortly and make a video of that after I've talked it out with ChatGPT, who suggested a very simple one-page project. which I think I'm going to try out just to primarily confirm that my computer, my version of Android Studio is up to JetPack Compose, and then start to play with it. Said to be better. I don't know. I don't think it's better if you can't see anything. If you're not getting any results. I spent a lot of time playing with constraints. I didn't spend all those projects constraining things in an XML layout and working with scroll view and all these widgets that you pull in. And then that went right out the window with JetPack Compose. It was all Kotlin. Barely had an XML file in the structures. I expand the structure out. It was filled up the entire length of my not small screen. So let's get around to, we're going to call this, now this project is still going to be called Summon Help, Dead Man Switch, the XML layout version. And we're going to first start out with part 1A. If you want to know, I got this graphic from Leonardo.ai. That's another AI. This here is just showing off that we're using Ladybug because, all those other tutorials that were built 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, you have no idea what version of Android Studio they're using. So I'm going to make an effort to make sure everybody knows that this is an Android Studio tutorial in Ladybug. And we're going to use an XML layout. And let me see if I can't... why? That's my image show. Okay. Oh, here's my image bar. Back one. Back 10. 10 is behind 1. Okay, that's nice. So, much the same as previously, I got these cards made. Should be able to pop right through each of these. Open a new Android project and use the empty activity template again with the they have all those activity templates. And are we going to ever use one of them? I played around with the nav drawer, and that seemed fun. Then it started giving me a stomachache. Define data classes, that won't take long at all. I've already got one set up. Discuss the structure. Step 1 we're going to fly through. Part 2 is creating the XML layouts for our screens. 1, 2, 3, 4 screens. Use components like text view, edit view, button, and then for some vague reason, ChatGPT expects me to explain my choices. I'm just going to lay it out so that it looks nice from my perspective. Much like these cards are, I've never made a PowerPoint in my life, but I guess this is what PowerPoint looks like, huh? And I just gave myself a margin equal at the top and the side. That's all I did. And set the font size to the point where everything fit on the screen down here, from the top to bottom. Navigation we'll get into on part 3 to navigate between the pages. I think that should go pretty quickly. I've done a couple of little practice navigation click next kind of thing. Storing user information. Now this will be a database type of approach. I think we're going to use Room here because I've seen that name a couple of times. I don't know what shared preferences is. And retrieve, to store and retrieve user information. So that will be fun. Integrate contacts provider. With a push of a button in the app, jump over to your friends or your contacts, and be able to select one. Probably check mark and then click done there, because I don't want to feed the app multiple friends for it to contact. I think that would start to get a little complicated. Storing the friend information, saving the friend information. That'll be necessary. Part 5, get the Google Maps out. Get them working. Do some requests, handle some permissions, and show the location. We'll know we've finished step 5 when it shows our location. Update the location map screen to display our location. I have a mouse in my pocket, by the way. Part 6, calendar creation event. This is now into the functionality of my app. It's going to create an event every day at a time that you select, like noon or 8 a.m., and give it a title. And at this time, it will do one of those notifications, swipey things on your phone that takes over the front screen. And that swipe resets everything. Well, it doesn't really reset everything. It just turns off the follow-up timer that sets a grace period for you. If you don't, if that swipe screen doesn't get swiped in, say, I'll give you some options: 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 4 hours. If it doesn't, maybe we'll use a check box to select the number of hours, or some kind of scroll flippy thing to select a number. And at the end of this grace period, that's when it will call an event. No, that's the start button. We were talking about the event. Create the task to show notification launch the app with a grace period timer. Explain Work Manager. Okay, we're only on part 7. There's some mucking around with Work Manager. Schedule a background task that triggers at the event time. Define the background task. The background task is actually the grace period timer that goes off. And if you miss grace period timer, you might be dead, or your phone is lost. And this is why we're not going to contact 911 for a wellness check, are we? And then explain Work Manager benefits. I'll have to look into that. Part 8, notification handling in the swipe. Create the notification with something called Builder. Detect the swipe and update the reminder data. Modify the data class to include an is swiped flag. Oops, come back. 9, grace period timer. If you miss it, Use a handler or a timer to manage the grace period. Okay. Sending this simple SMS. What does M stand for? Simple text message. SMS message. Send SMS. If the notification is not swiped, send an SMS message to the selected friend using SMS Manager. So there's something in Android already waiting for us to use it. I like this approach. This makes much more sense to me than the JetPack Compose approach, because that was going right over my head, I have to admit. Include location in the SMS so your friends know that you're actually in your apartment, in your house. Your pets are waiting to get rescued. That's what this is all about. Building it for myself, really. I'm 62. I live way out in the sticks. My friends wouldn't know if I keeled over for a couple of weeks. It'd be before they found out I might have forgotten to wake up alive one day. And I have 2 cats and a dog. And you know what they might start doing? Eat you. I don't want to be eaten by my pets. Nobody likes that. And it really probably ruins the resale value of the house if you get that stink, that dead body odor in there. 2 weeks. Yeah, it would. That's my dog. Doesn't like dead body odor. And last but not least, make sure it's not going to eat your... I didn't really center this too well. Look at this. My top margin is way too high. Well, it's about twice as high as it should be, really. Huh. I'll have to castigate myself. Minimize battery usage so it's not too power hungry. Refactor optimize code. Better performance and efficiency. Well, sure, why not? I'm always up for that. Test thoroughly. This is where I might need people to download this. I don't know if I know 20 people out here. I just moved here 3 years ago, and it's out in the boonies, and I don't know if I know 20 people that I could con into downloading an unknown app. Unless I went to the local old folks' home, where they're likely to be more likely to forget to wake up someday, but they don't have their individual pets. I know. So this is my new project. I hope it doesn't take very long to get through it. We're already at 18 and a half minutes just describing the project. So we're going to knock it off now. And look out for the actual part 1, where we kick things off. What do we do in part 1? Something to look forward to. Part 1, data classes and the structure using an empty activity. It'll take about 5 minutes. So maybe I'll actually have to do that one right now. So thanks for tuning in. Like it, subscribe, come back for more. Everything else everybody says at the beginning and end of their videos. So say I on mine. So see ya.